It's never too late. I was in my 40s when I relearned how to play piano. I learned as a kid, and then in college, I took a piano theory class from a community college. A decade later, I picked up this book. It's called The Bastian Piano Method. And I told myself, you know what, I'm going to relearn because I had tons of time. It was during the pandemic and I had tons of time in my hands. And I know that adults learn best or even relearn best by teaching others. So I told my son, hey, why don't you come sit next to me? I want to teach you something. I was literally only one song ahead of him. So I would learn the song and then I would teach it to him. And then the next day I would learn the next song and then I would teach it to him. And before I knew it, I had already finished and completed the whole entire book. And then I thought to myself, wait a second, if I can teach my son how to play, I could definitely teach somebody else. So I said, you know what, I think I'm gonna start a business teaching piano lessons. But I don't have any students. We just got out of a pandemic and so I said, you know what, I'm just gonna go for it. And so the first person who asked me, so what do I do? I said, I'm a piano teacher. And they're like, oh, my 5-year-old daughter has always wanted to learn. I mean, how much do you charge and where can we sign up? And I was like, well, at that time I didn't even have a website. I didn't have any payment options. And so I said, well, you can pay me by cash or check. And so the following week, I started teaching his daughter how to play piano. And then it just, word of mouth just spread after that. She told her friends at school and then they signed up. And then I had 6 students at my first recital. And then it just grew from there. And who knew, just me sitting down and saying, I want to learn piano and I think it's such a good skill to have. Who knew 3 years later I would be having 23 students at my 4th recital. I'd be teaching homeschoolers and then now having a hybrid course online because there's just so many people who want to learn. So if you want to also learn this method that I learned from this book, and then I could teach you too. I could teach you to teach